Hello, my name is Gary Ickes. I'm a certified tree care safety professional. I've been asked by the Alabama Urban Forestry Association to discuss basic chainsaw safety with you. What we have here is a nice Husqvarna professional saw. Start with identifying a few things. Here we have our front handle, our oil, our gas, our trigger interlock, our trigger. The trigger will not operate without the interlock being depressed. On the front of the saw we have our inertial chain brake. Unlocked allows the chain to move. Locked prevents the chain from moving. What happens, the inertial chain brake, if we get into a kickback situation where the saw comes back, inertia will force this to lock, preventing the chain from rolling. And you can see how it's locked. Now, when you need to fuel the saw, don't smoke. You must let the saw cool, and you need to be 10 to 15 feet away from other operating equipment. There's our oil fill and our gas fill. Once we top these off, we want to make sure that they're nice and tight. You can use a tool to lightly tighten them, but you never use a tool to over tighten them. If you want to make your climber mad, you forget to tighten up your oil plug. I guarantee it'll be an interesting 5 minutes. When we get ready to start the saw, there's several different techniques for the proper way to start a chainsaw. The one that is absolutely forbidden is called drop starting, and there's two different methods. One is to hold the saw like this and drop it and pull. The second one is like this. Both of those are not allowed on the ground. The only time you can drop start a chainsaw is in an aerial lift. Now, one proper method to start the chainsaw is to take the rear handle. After you make sure that you're set to run in your choke, bring the rear handle between your legs, make sure your chain brake is engaged, and then you'll pull to start the saw. Second method to start the chainsaw safely is to put it firmly on the ground. Put your foot on the rear handle, and you can see that the handle is slightly larger to allow you to do this. You're going to hold the front handle with your left hand. Make sure your chain brake is engaged, throttle and choke, and pull the chainsaw to start it. Now, when we get to our work area, we're going to disengage our chain brake. We'll make our cuts. Now, one thing to remember, with this chain moving in this direction, it causes the saw to push backwards if you cut on the top of the bar. You see the bottom, if you cut on the bottom, it's going to pull the saw in. Our danger area is the tip of the saw here, and especially the upper quarter of the tip. That has very strong forces which will cause the saw to kick back and cut you. We never want to cut with this area of the bar. Not all of our work's going to be in one spot, so we may have to walk. If we have to take more than 2 steps, we're going to engage our chain brake and safely walk over. If co-workers are working near you, you want to make sure that they stay 10 feet away. And if you are trying to get the chainsaw operator's attention, you need to come around to their front and signal them until you have their attention. They have set the chain brake and shut off the saw, and then it's safe to approach them. Thank you. This concludes our basic chainsaw safety for the Urban Forestry Training Certification.